Well, well, well. Look what we have here. The new identity kit has just been revealed. Middle Nursefather Outis. Let me tell you something right now. She's 3 pages. This is the third 3-page identity in the game, and look how stretched. Look how stretched this is. Okay, this is nuts. This is nuts. This place is nuts. But what are we going to do here, guys? This is the kit overview. I will be reading out the kit to you guys, trying to get an understanding of it. And obviously, if you want to hear more about it after the video is uploaded, we'll be doing a live stream where we'll be going over all the patch notes because RR6 is here, and also going over the ID once more with, more eyes on it. Let's not waste any time and get right into this. If you want to see me use this ID on the day, come check it out on Thursday. Alright, well, this is going to be a long one. First things first, burn season is real. Except I don't see any burn on the first skill, but don't worry about that. Let's take our time and check out the House of Spiders middle Nursefather, Outis. First skill, we have Stomping. It is a 2-coin blunt. I actually don't know if she's mono blunt. She looks mono blunt. She is definitely mono blunt. Okay. We have a 2-coin lust skill, which is Stomping. Gain coin power for every X burn and bleed on the target. We have before use, if this unit has Leviathan, activate as I'll gut you like a fish. Okay, so she has S1 ones pretty much. On use, if this unit has the middle vengeance tattoo, Great Sister, convert coin 2 into an unbreakable. Heal SP on use. The first coin on hit inflicts bleed count and raises you the stagger threshold. Cool. The second coin inflicts bleed potency. And also, on hit, if this unit has the Vengeance Tattoo, Great Sister, inflicts bind. Okay, a very standard S1 for all the middle. Give him a little bit of SP, raises the unit's stagger threshold, has a little bit of count, no burn on this one, but maybe the Leviathan makes it so that she always has burn. Who knows? Moving on to the second skill. Don't let something like this break you. I know a lot of people want to get broken by Outis, but moving on. 3-coin envy, blunt. Gain coin power for every burn and bleed on the target. Before use, if this user has Leviathan, activate as Gut Stab. On use, the skill gains offense level equal to the highest resin divided by X. On use, convert the skill's coins equal to the Vengeance Tattoo on this unit into unbreakable coins beginning with coin 3. So, depending on how many Vengeance Tattoos you get, it'll go from 3 to 1 to unbreakables. On use, if the unit's sword is at the first seal removed or second seal removed stage, inflict burn by the base amount of bleed this skill inflicts on coin hit. Okay, we'll see how much that is. On use, gain aggro to the skill slot next turn. Okay, we have first coin inflicts bleed and also inflicts bind next turn. The second coin inflicts bleed and also inflicts paralyze next turn. We have 3 IDs in the recent times that have inflicted paralyze. The third coin inflicts bleed, and if this unit has Vengeance Tattoo, you will deal blunt damage equal to the total, equal to the burn on target plus bleed on target % of this coin's final damage. So a little bit of a bonus blunt nuke, while equally inflicting burn. So this inflicts burn, but you have to obviously have a seal removed. Okay, so a very standard skill 2 with the offense level, and also aggro. And also it has unbreakable coins, which is very nice. Let's move on to her first skill 3. She has 3 skill 3s. My goodness. Let's move on to her first skill 3. So the Stamp of Vengeance. It is a 4-coin with a unbreakable. On its last coin, it is also envy. We have gain final power for every burn and bleed on the target. At X, envy a resin, you will gain coin power. Before use, if this unit has the Leviathan, activate as complete and total extermination. On use, the skill gains offense level equal to the highest resin. On use, gain final power for every Vengeance Tattoo on self. On use, convert the skill coins equal to the number of tattoo on this unit into unbreakable coins, beginning with the third coin. On use, if this unit is at the first seal or second seal stage, inflict burn by the base amount of bleed that the skill inflicts on coin hit. Attack end, consume the middle grudge on self. Attack end, if the skill is activated as a counter, gain blunt damage up next turn. Alright, let's have a look here, shall we? Wow, this is the most simple inflictions I've seen on an identity in like the entire season. First coin, bleed potency. Second coin, bleed count. Third coin, bleed potency. Fourth coin, bleed count, unbreakable. Obviously, this also means Burn, burn count, burn, burn count. So now we have a lot of skills that we can go to. I guess we'll go up to skill... You know what? I'm gonna save this one for last. Something tells me I should save that one for last. Let's look at I'll Gut You Like a Fee. 2 coin, Blunt Envy, Unbreakables. It's a Leviathan exclusive skill. We'll obviously learn more about the Leviathan and the Vengeance Tattoos and the Grudge in the passives and the status effects. Leviathan exclusive skill. Gain coin power for every burn and bleed on the target. On use, this skill gains offense equal to the highest resin divided by X. If this unit has Vengeance Tattoo, inflict additional bleed potency on coin hit. Before attack, gain burn equal to the number of coins in this skill. Attack end, lose SP. The first coin inflicts bleed count and raises the stagger threshold. The second coin inflicts burn and burn count. It also, if the unit has Vengeance Tattoo, inflicts bind and paralyze next turn on an S1? What? That's quite insane. This is already the character that has the most paralyze in a while. 2 paralyze skills on the S2 and the Ascended S1. Very interesting so far, and she does lose SP just like Mardius, but obviously we will figure out how she negates it. Let's move on to the second one, which is a 5 coin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coin. What is this ID, bro? 5 coin, Unbreakable Envy Blunt, Gut Stab Leviathan. This is another Leviathan exclusive skill. It is skill 2/2. If the target has Burn, Bleed, gain final power. On use, the skill gains offense level equal to the highest resin divided by X. On use, gain aggro to the skill slot next turn. Before attack, gain burn equal to the number of coins in the skill. Attack end, lose SP. Her inflicts are as follows. First coin inflicts burn. Second inflicts bleed. Third inflicts burn count. Fourth inflicts bleed count. Fifth inflicts bind and paralysis again next turn. Wow. There's Wowie. Wowie's out. Let me just tell you about her. She is going to be a potency monster. I can only assume. We haven't even gotten to the passives yet. We haven't even gotten to the status effects yet. But this is chunky. Like, this is a chunky 3-page. When I tell you this is a chunky 3-page, I'm telling you this is chunky. All right, let's move on to the next one. We have the skill 3/2, which is complete and total extermination. We have a 5 coin, obviously. Blunt, Envy. Wow, who could have guessed it? Complete and total extermination, Leviathan. This is a Leviathan exclusive skill. Gain final power for every burn bleed on target. Deal more damage for every burn bleed on target. The skill gains offense level equal to the highest resin. If the unit has Vengeance Tattoo Great Sister, she gains coin power. If this unit has Vengeance Tattoo, she also inflicts bleed potency on coin hit. Before attack, you will gain burn equal to the number of coins in this skill. Attack end, lose SP. Attack end, consume all the grudge on yourself. And attack end, if the skill is activated as a counter, gain blunt damage up next turn. Her inflicts are as follows. This is her skill 3/2, which is the Ascended skill 3. We have first coin, inflict burn. Second, inflict burn count. Third, inflict bleed. Third, on hit, deal slash damage equal to the burn on target plus bleed on target multiplied by X of this coin's final damage. So this deals bonus slash damage. The fourth inflicts bleed count and also deals damage equal to slash damage equal to burn and bleed on the target as a % of final damage. Then the fifth coin deals pierce damage equal to the burn and bleed on target multiplied as a % of the final coin, and also blunt damage equal to the burn and bleed on the target multiplied by X% of this coin's final damage. Wow. So yeah, complete and total extermination has, I think this is the most instances of bonus damage in the game, at least on a single ID. This is for 4 instances, and she does inflict every status. Obviously, this is a blunt skill, and it does bonus slash, bonus pierce, and a bonus blunt. So quite a large variety of effects for a very large woman, as I say. And then we have Rule Violation, which is a 2 coin blunt counter. Combat start at X sum of Envy A-Res. Use Stamp of Vengeance or Complete and Total Extermination as a counter. If you do not have the Leviathan, Stamp of Vengeance. If you have the Leviathan, Complete and Total Extermination. Combat start, you will also gain a percentage of your missing HP as shield. The first coin inflicts bleed potency. The second lowers your user stagger threshold. Obviously, this is the standard counter for all of them, and much like all the others, specifically starting from Sinclair and upwards, they gain missing HP as shield. And it's sum of Envy A-Res, which meaning if you have a team of 7, you can do 3 Envy, 1 Pride, 3 Envy, and that counts as a sum. Now let's move on to the skill that I don't want to acknowledge is true. My Outis would never. Nah, my Outis would frag my fish instantaneously, bro, because we have good girl. Your sacrifice for the family won't be forgotten. This is a skill 3-4. I think this is the first 3-4 in the game. Where's the other skill? I only see one. Wait, did I miss a skill? Oh my goodness, I missed a skill. Okay, no, unlike last time, I didn't miss a skill. I'm so sorry, chat. We have skill 3-3. I guess I was going in order. So skill 3-2, now skill 3-3. We have skill 3-3, which is time to unpack, which is a 4-coin blunt. External effects cannot trigger this skill to be reused. If this unit has the Vengeance tattoo, it deals slash damage equal to the percent of each coin's final damage on coin hit. What in the fuck is this? And then we have attack and remove a seal from the sword. Okay, so this is the follow-up attack or bonus attack that she gets, obviously, from whatever gimmick. The first coin inflicts burn, the second inflicts bleed, the third raises her stagger threshold, and the fourth inflicts envy fragility next turn, which is crazy on this team. It also seals and also deals... That's crazy. Deals slash damage equal to the number of each coin's final damage on coin hit. What in the fuck is this Outis smoking, bro? And then we move on to the skill 3-4, which I think is the first 3-4 ever in this game. I feel like. I'm going to confidently say that. But yeah, we have good girl. Your sacrifice for the family won't be forgotten. Leviathan exclusive skill. Unclashable. Target fixed. External effects cannot trigger this skill to be reused, and the skill does not trigger defensive skills. Gain final power for every X burn bleed on the main target. Gain final power and deal more damage for every middle vengeance tattoo on self. If the House of Spiders, the middle apprentice Ishmael, is among the targets, deal more damage is wild. Attack end, consume all the grudge, and gain grudge. Attack end, if the targeted ally is killed, gain middle grudge. Oh, wait, hold on. Unbreakable coin first. If the target's blunt resist is below normal, treat it as normal? On hit, inflict burn and burn count. On hit, inflict bleed and bleed count. On hit, deal blunt damage equal to X of this coin's final damage. Wow. Okay, I think that's the first attack we've ever had in the game that actually completely changes a enemy's resistance on a skill. Don't quote me on that. I feel like I'm wrong. I feel like there might be something like that exists as a base skill. No, there's no way that exists as a base. Maybe a Walpurgis ID? I'm not sure. Anyway, so pretty much what that means is, if you don't know, the lower someone's number is, like the more resistant they are, the higher the weaker. So if you are 05, you are ineffective, which means that this will treat you as normal, which is kind of go with the source. Oh my god, just look how much you have to go back. And that's the base skills, so that's insane. Yeah, these are insane values. She has, like, a bare minimum of 4 coins on, like, 5 skills, by the way. I'm gonna count this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 skills has 4 coins, which is pretty much just around half, if you don't include the fish one. And we're only just halfway into this, because as you can see, we have a lot of passives to get through. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 passives! What is the green of the middle? What's going on? No, she has more. She has 6! 2, 3, 4. She has 6 passives! What is this green? Oh my god, the green of the middle is insane. It needs to be studied. It needs to be studied, this green. This is biblical levels of green. I guess getting to the green, we're going to have to actually read this now. We have the first passive, which is Smell of Blood and Fire. If this unit is considered as an identity that inflicts burn and bleed, WMD buff, and passive buff. If this unit's sword has the first seal removed or second seal removed, skills that inflict bleed are considered skills that also inflict burn and bleed. Okay, it's exactly like Kira Ishmael, except for, you know, she, instead of getting the Envy Res, she needs the Leviathan, which might also need an Envy Ray Res, or, well, it uses the skill to move on to the next passive. That's the simple one. Sealed Sword Leviathan. Upon entering the counter for the first time, you gain the sealed sword. When each seal is removed from the sword, you gain the rising fever corresponding to the unsealing stage. When the following conditions are met, you lose the rising fever. Upon using the Stamp of Vengeance skill, which is skill 3, lose stack, including Stamp of Vengeance activations via counter, and then at X sum of A resin, lose stack at turn end. Oh god, okay. Yep, here it is. At X rising fever stack, use time to unpack as an unopposed attack at skill end. Turn X at X fever stack, and if this unit has failed to use time to unpack in that turn, use time to unpack at the next turn's combat start! What is this identity? While this unit has the sealed sword at less than a certain percent of HP, use time to unpack regardless of the fever stack. Okay, so if you fail to use the skill, you'll use it next turn, like immediately. If you have under a certain amount of HP, you just activate it no matter what. At X minus percent HP, gain ridiculous grit. Oh, I can't wait to see what that says. When staggered for the first time in this encounter, recover from stagger at turn end and gain middle grudge. Okay, she does have a stagger. Every Nursefather has a fucking stagger recover, and she does too. She also has a ridiculous grit. Turn start at X middle grudge. Replace a base skill on this unit's dashboard with the Stamp of Vengeance, or complete and total extermination. What? Applies only on the skill on the leftmost bottom row on the dash. The effect is not activated if either Stamp of Vengeance or extermination is already in the effective slot. Oh, they just give her it for free. Oh, okay, so they just give it to her for free. Ah. Oh, yeah, no, that's fair, yeah. I mean, every other Nursefather gets one, so that's fair. Okay. So, yeah, alright, so she gets a skill 3, and then depending on which one she gets, and she gets a free skill 3. W skill 3, guys. Parenting. Aw, what a lovely mama. If the House of Spiders, middle Ishmael, is on the field alongside this unit, activate the following effects. On a clash win, that's very specific, gain check this out kiddo. If it was the first skill this unit used in that turn, gain additional check this out kiddo. On hit using a skill, gain check this out kiddo. Does not gain check this out kiddo from using cracked coins. She will be a cracked ID, and also a lot of people want to be cracked by her, so carry on. Effects only apply to Ishmael. When Ishmael wins a clash, Ishmael gains I got praised! Yay! I got praised! If this is the first time Ishmael uses a skill, she also gains additional I got praised. On hit using Ishmael's skills, Ishmael gains I got praised. If the skill that hit was a skill 3, activated as a counter, gain additional I got praised. Does not gain I got praised from cracked coins. Okay. So they need a clash and or hit, and they both get the effect, pretty much. They give it to themselves, pretty much. But they both give themselves the effect, but they have to both be on the field. Okay. We'll figure out what those do. Sakai. Well, here's the Ryoshu passive, by the way. If the encounter begins while this unit is already defeated, or if this unit is defeated during the encounter, Blade of Ryoshu will gain the following. Gain Entanglement, obviously. She takes less damage, obviously. And then when hit, gain offense level up. Oh. Okay. Wait, is that take less damage stacking on top of her... is that... Okay. Is this take less damage a stack on top of the stack from String Severance? I assume not. Because... No, that might be separate. And then she gets what he getting offense level. I thought she was going to get, like, the Grit or the Grudge passive. This might be the same thing as getting the Grudge passive, by the way. That take less damage and gain offense up. I guess we'll just have to see how much this is. If this is separate from String Severance, isn't that kind of insane? Doesn't Ryoshu get 7.5 per Nursefather? How much is that at 4 Nursefathers, chat? I gotta do basic maths. 7.5, 15. Then it's what, 22.5, 29? I think. Don't quote me, I'm just doing it off the top of my head. So around 30%. And then this might make it like 50%. Alright, this might be cracked. Let's move on. Passive. Thanks, kiddo. When this unit has the Leviathan, when an ally that has less than an X amount of HP loses a clash against an enemy. Wait. Use Good Girl. Your sacrifice for the family won't be forgotten. Skill that targets the said enemy as the main target and the ally as the sub-target. Oh, what? the House of Spiders middle Ishmael Apprentice has a Y HP conditional instead. If this skill killed an ally in the middle, gain envy damage up next turn. If this skill killed the House of Spiders, the middle Apprentice Ishmael gains avenging my family next turn instead. Wait. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh no, she frags the middle. Oh my god, she actually does frag the middle. We just thought it would be Ishmael! She's sliming everyone! She's sliming everyone in the middle! Oh no! Ishmael is just a bonus! It's not like a target only House of Spiders. No, it's targeting every ally. Every ally? Everyone? Oh my god. So if you kill a middle, you gain envy damage up. And if Ishmael is not killed, she gets avenging my family. No. If this skill killed the House of Spiders. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. If this skill killed Ishmael, gain avenging my family. Okay, so she gets a unique buff for killing fish, and then she gets a standard envy buff for killing middle. Or even, yeah, for a middle. But she could also kill any ally. That's, dude, not even Ryoshi kills everyone outside of the family, bro. What is this, bro? We have Book of Vengeance, the House of Spiders, special clause. Turn end, apply the Vengeance mark on X enemies that dealt the most skill damage to an ally. Turn end, apply the Book of Vengeance, House of Spiders on X enemies that did the most skill damage to this unit. Combat start, gain the Grudge for every X resin. This is just like Ricardo. If the following conditions are met during the combat phase, gain the Grudge. When this unit is hit by another unit skill, when the House of Spiders middle apprentice Ishmael is hit by another skill. Sorry, this is more like Ishmael's Grudge. So, when Outis is hit or when Ishmael is hit. Specifically. If the following conditions are met during the combat phase, gain the Grudge. This unit and the House of Spiders Ishmael getting hit do not count toward either conditional. When a middle is hit by another skill, or when the House of Spider ally is hit by another unit skill. Okay, so excluding Outis and Ishmael, when a middle is hit, she gains Grudge, and when a House of Spiders is hit, she gains Grudge. When this unit gains Grudge, if the target has the Vengeance mark, you will gain additional stacks. Simple. Then gain the middle Great Sister every time this unit consumes X Grudge. This is exactly like Ishmael's fake tattoos. So it'll obviously be like... So that means the max is probably 15 Grudge, and then it consumes 10. Up to 10 per turn, and then every 5 equals 1 tattoo. Assumedly, if it's the same as Ishmael. Effects apply only to the House of Spiders Ishmael. When the House of Spiders Outis is hit by another unit skill, Ishmael gains Grudge. Oh. Okay. Is this the same Grudge that Ishmael has? Am I silly? I'm reading this, and this must assume that Ishmael's Grudge and Outis share the same Grudge, which would be like kind of cracked if they do, because that's like a 20% damage increase for free or something. I don't remember. I'm going to assume that this does share it, so Ishmael gains more. And then we have the support passive, which is someone mess with the family. Hope not. Combat start. Allies that equipped counter skills will gain damage up and protection. If the affected ally is in the middle, the said ally gains damage up and protection instead. Allies? Everyone? Okay, well this is Envy Res. Passive, right? I assume so. But like, hello! What in the crack is this? Oh my god, this Outis is OP, bro. I don't even know how to start with this, bro. I guess we'll come back to this and talk about that after. Guess we'll move on to the passive. Let's get the final, Jesus, I'm fucking sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different effects. Now, I know some of them are the same passive, but like 12 different effects? God, motherfucking damn! Book of Vengeance, House of Spiders. Against units that have this effect, the House of Spiders, Outis, and Ishmael will heal SP on hit using a skill. On hit using a skill against Outis, you will gain additional stack of Grudge. On hit using a skill against Ishmael gains additional stack of Grudge. Cool. Then the middle Grudge is that the target has much deal more damage. Okay, so this is the same. So this is literally the same as Ishmael's. And this is the same as Ishmael. Okay, so her Vengeance Tattoo and Ishmael's Augmented Tattoo, these are the exact same. So this is gain final power for every base X stack. And then Envy and skills deal more damage. This is like insane, by the way, on Ishmael. I believe this was like +1 final power every 5. Outis might have a higher cap. And I think this is like 50%, by the way. This is like a crazy buff. Dude, these buffs are overpowered, bro. This is like 20% at max stacks, and this is like 50%. Now, it might be bigger for Outis, or it might be the same. We got, oh, look at that little Outis. Check this out, kiddo. Reduce when this unit is hit by X skills. Interesting. Wait, it reduces. At X stack, base skills gain final power. Blunt skills deal more damage for every stack. I got praised. Oh no, look at this Ishmael face. No, look at her. I'm gonna zoom in. Look at her. Oh, she's so cute. My little Sheila. Okay, let's read this before I cry that we're gonna have to frag her out for one offense level up and a pack of cigarettes. I got praised. Reduced when this unit is hit by X skills. At X stacks, gain base skills, gain final power, and blunt skills even more damage, which is crazy. She does insane damage, by the way. Alright, let's read what Ridiculous Grit is. Ridiculous Grit is, because this shit is overpowered. Ridiculous Grit. Fix... Fix any attack type resistances that exceed normal. To normal. Take minus X plus the middle minus Vengeance Tattoo stack divided by Y to send damage from skills. Okay. On Clash, win heal additional Clash SP amount. If this unit lost SP this turn due to its skills, deal more damage to the next turn using base skills, lose stack. I'm sorry. Is this... Does it... Fix any attack type resistance that exceeds normal to normal? Huh? That means that she doesn't have a weakness. Does she just have no weaknesses? Is that what I'm hearing here? Or because if she has weak or fatal, it just turns to normal. And she also takes like a 20%. I'm gonna assume maybe 20% or 30% damage from skills, which is already crazy because remember, Heathcliff also makes you take reduced damage from skills. This Outis might be OP, guys. I'm just gonna lay this out here, okay? I'm not gonna make any assumptions. This might be the most broken ID next to House of Spiders Ryoshu. Maybe we'll fucking see. Maybe it's doo-doo water, but I highly doubt that. She also gets more SP, and if she loses SPs, boohoo, she gets fucking more base power. So, fucking W, I guess. Here we have the Sealed Sword, so this is going to be very interesting. So this is what you start the encounter with. Sealed Sword. Turn end, gain haste next turn. Blunt base skills deal more damage for every bleed on the target. On final coin hit using base skills, if the target has an X amount of bleed, you deal Y% of this coin's final damage as base blunt damage. How much fucking percent damage does this woman have? What the fuck am I dude, she has a 20 fucking percent. I'm sorry? This is what is this? They didn't have to make it lore accurate, bro. They made it fucking lore accurate. How do you go? What's coming after this? What's coming out? Goku? Is Goku coming after this? That's the assumption I must have. It must be Goku, bro. Is this Goku? This might be Goku. First seal removed. Gain haste next turn on turn end. Blunt skills deal more damage for every burn and bleed on the target, so this counts burn. On the final coin hit using base skills, if you have X burn bleed, you deal Y of this coin's final damage, blunt damage. Okay, so it ups the conditional, and it deals more damage. The second seal, which is probably more haste, blunt skills deal more damage for every burn bleed. Final coin deals more damage, deals bonus slash damage. Okay, so no, you get slash damage now on your base attack skills on the final coin, depending on the damage. And then the fully unsealed Leviathan. Turn start inflict burn on all units on the field. Replace this unit's base skills with Leviathan exclusive skills corresponding to the rank. Blunt base skills deal more damage for every burn and bleed. On coin, final hit using the base skills, deal burn, bleed, Y, coin, final damage as pierce. Okay, so you get blunt, slash pierce. Here's the buff that that Outis gets if Ishmael dies. Envy base skills deal more damage. How much more fucking damage does this woman need? And then base skills gain final power. We have Rising Fever, which is the final stack. So this is the stacks that she gets at start, by the way. This is kind of acts like Honglu, Ring Lu's Tablu. Lose stack when meeting the following conditions. Using S3, including counter, at turn end after activating an Envy Resin, and then at X stacks use time to unpack. So, think of it like this. She has 10 Rising Fever. At 0, she activates the unopposed attack, which is this, which unseals. And then the idea is that you need to do this 3 times to get the full unseals, because you start with unsealed, you go 1, 2, and 3. Now, obviously, that we don't know how long that takes, but it does activate on Envy Resin, not a res. It's just normal Envy res. Envy Resin. And then at a certain stack. So it's probably like 10 and then goes to 0 and then resets, but it doesn't say it resets. So maybe it's like 30 and then every 10 it goes down until it's 0, because then she loses it fully. I think the passive says she loses it fully. At X Rising Fever. And then at a certain HP she gets Grit, and then I don't know, man. I don't know. This is cracked. I can't even tell you. I can't even give you a prediction, okay, on how much is going on here. I genuinely can't. All I know is that if you are a middle fan, you are eating the most tremendous gourmet meal that you've ever encountered in your life, second to Ricardo Heathcliff. Okay? Yeah, we're going to be talking more about this on the stream alongside other stuff, because I don't think I can really go over it much in the video. But I hope you guys liked the reading. And if you want to hear more, I will be obviously live streaming after the video comes out, so we can go over this. But now, I'm going to end it there, and I'll let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Alright, see ya. Bye-bye.